a huge upset, but let's see. So Yeast was able to make a huge comeback to secure his game against Sinister. And Lust, I haven't seen much of how they play right now, and I am very, very curious to see how they play, whether or not they're like more back, whether or not they're more mix up, whether or not they just like, really love to go in with the side B.
We'll definitely see how things break out here. Right now, though, looking to get things set up and going into this game. Obviously, the person who wins this one will be going in to fight Pharaoh after that win. So, at least guaranteed 5th, possibly guaranteed 3rd, depending on how you do here. And I think we're just getting, both sides are getting their bracket music locked in and ready to go.
I think both listening to music? I think Lust is actually going to be listening to game audio. But Yeast is definitely going to be...
I see the AirPod in for Yeast, at least,
Yeah. But, I want to actually start experiments with music as, like, instead of listening to game audio. Because I've just seen so many people do it, and it seems like it really works for them.
Definitely a music person. I don't listen to game audio. Granted, I play Snake, so a lot of people kind of be like, oh, I gotta listen to game audio against this character. Hold on.
Yeah, for sure.
If anything, I'm the problem.
I feel like as soon as you say Snake in game audio, that's extremely understandable as, hearing there and then exploding, but not being able to hear the there would be, a little bit difficult to make out. But going into this, we're going to start with PS2 and just go right into it. Okay. So we're going to be starting off with a little bit of fair action, nothing more, and side.
Yep, it's going to be a pretty scrap-heavy kind of game. You're going to see some combos build up at these early percents, and then high percents either at that point, the player will have already taken the stock, or they'll probably start struggling to find their kill confirms. Both these characters, very similar brawling archetypes, like their vertical combos, and can struggle if they don't get their kill confirms off of that.
Yeah, but right now, Lust is starting off really strong, getting Yeast off stage, and also getting a little bit more, but, oh, is this going to kill? No, it is! Oh, wow. So, Yeast is going to be... Yeah, Yeast is going to be able to secure the stock, but Lust going to be trying to answer back quickly, but not quick enough, as Yeast going to be surviving for a little bit longer, but Lust going to be bringing back once again, and this is coming back to that scrappy thing. Like you said, it's going to be scrappy. It's going to be all over the place. And you can see, like, they're trying to go mix up on each other's shields. But neither character is going to be extremely safe on each other's shields.
Yeah, and in terms of stage choice here as well, I wanted to talk about it real quick because PS2 is a very good stage for me, Brawler. You can very consistently get those up B setups that kill at around 70%. Bayo, it's not a bad stage for sure, but it's not like something standout. And when you're going against a character that has as strong an advantage as me, Brawler, does on this stage, I have to help but be a little surprised that you were willing to kind of gentleman's to this pick. I would imagine you'd want to go for maybe a small battlefield start if you're trying to get the biplat or some other stage if you could.
I would not go small battlefield against me, Brawler, at all. I feel like an up B would be a far more dangerous choice there. But then again, I don't know much about Bayo when it comes to like stage choices for that matter. But Yeast going to be able to get the back air and going to be able to get a little bit more of a lead going, getting these side Bs and going to be scrapping even more.
Right, another side B and Yeast just extending this lead incredibly well. A Bayo combo coming through, but when you're at 139 at this point, Bayo already struggling to kill. You can see because those smash attacks are coming out, Yeast, plenty of rage to work with, can get a quick combo, can just keep doing these wake-up DPs out of shield. Not a whole lot that Lust is able to answer with, finally going to find the raw back air, taking the second of both of the stocks that have been taken so far. Now Yeast, in that perfect position to try and find something, just keeps going for these up Bs.
Yeah, I mean, what's not broke, don't try to fix. And these up Bs have been working so well for Yeast. Just like, you tried to side B, I'm going to up B. It's really working out for Yeast, but at the same time, this damage is starting to rack up for Lust, and these combos are starting going. But great tech chase. Yeast gonna be ending it very cleanly with that. And I feel like Lust was doing a lot of things right, but I feel like the mix-up game could have been a little bit more grounded.
Mm.
I feel like
Yeah, had a good kind of approach and combo game, but Yeast, I felt like just was really on top of things that entire time. You kept seeing the side Bs onto shield, and every single time that happened, Yeast more than happy to just let rip another up B, and that was something that just kept compounding on itself over time, I think.
Yeah, that's why I think like maybe grounded, because like you can get the down tilts and like try to pressure things out, try to make sure that if they do approach with Nair, you can up B it. Like just trying to make them approach a little bit more, because Yeast was more than happy to scrap.
Right. Well, we're going to see what adjustments are made. We're going to Battlefield as the counter pick. Something to call out as well, as noted in the chat, Sinister taking it 2-1 over Jackal.
Oh
so Jackal out at 7th.
I mean, that's telling for how strong how everyone is playing today. And I feel like, as I'm saying that, Lust, with all this adaptation, going to be bringing the damage and potentially the stock, going to be putting Yeast in bad position, getting the back air, but nothing more, going back to neutral. And now we're going back to the tale as old as time with these up Bs.
Forward throw not quite going to kill, a little too far from the blast zone. And that's a great opportunity for Yeast to start opening things up again. These side Bs up Bs, excuse me, keep coming through. Keep punishing Lust for those consistent options on shield, not being safe, not playing around it. And Yeast, yes, you're at 167, but Bayonetta doesn't really have a lot of good kill options. That's effectively max rage, and you're just looking for your own kill at this point.
Yeah, and there it is, getting the up smash out of shield with that unsafe down air, but that forward throw, not gonna kill just yet. Going high and gonna be able to get out of there, but again, getting forward thrown and gonna be securing the stock is Lust.
Trying to look for some more offense here, but again, Lust, I feel like we need to mix in more grabs or something. Yeast is just punishing you every single time you attack his shield. The frame, I believe the uppie is frame 3 for when it starts coming out.
Yes,
I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's properly framed.
No, it is. And just like that, the frame 3 up B is going to be able to secure the second stock. I don't know if Battlefield was the right choice. Yes, you have more escape, but you also die a lot earlier if you land on that top flat.
The problem that arises, I think, is that both of these characters really do thrive on a lot of the same stages, but a lot of the stages that Bayonetta thrives on, Brawler just does a little bit better on things like the setups on platforms that you get, like PS2, like that I was calling out earlier, and you're seeing it continue to play out here. Yes, Yeast is definitely being the better player in a lot of different instances, but at the same time, stage choice can rock you over sometimes, and right now, Yeast is making full advantage of it.
Oh, okay, so the guns were able to save Lust for a little bit from that up smash, but not for very long, as Yeast going to be holding down the stage and getting the up B. It will kill. Yeast going up 2-0 against Lust. So in winners finals, we will see Furrow versus Yeast.
Yeah, and that's 2 quick 2-0s too. Maybe we'll get a little bit more than that in this next one. So hey, that'd be fun to see. Pharaoh and Yeast, I know they've fought a couple times here at Fusion. I would love to see a bit of a scrappy brawl between the two of them.
Yeah, and they're both MBS, I'm pretty sure. So this will be something that they play against each other a lot.
Yeah, experienced matchup for sure. I mean, just when you're two of the best in your region, you know you're going to fight each other consistently. Man, that neutral B, what a great option to go for off stage there. I don't know, because usually you do want to DI that out because of how vertically it sends you, but that might have been an instance where you actually wanted to DI it up, or perhaps just less out. That was an instance where it didn't look like vertically it was going to kill, but because of the DI out, it did end up killing in the end.
Yeah, that's definitely just a hard situation with DI as a whole. But, you know, I feel like Lust in general just, I wouldn't say it was out-charactered or out-staged or anything like that, but it was, like, out-mixed in a lot of ways. Because, yes, Lust did show a lot of instances where they were, you know, like, really holding it down in neutral, but it was in the advantage where they needed to be most often, and they just weren't really holding it down as well as they should have.
Yeah, And we're seeing that display continuing here. That was the up B to take it all. Again, those up Bs coming out of shield. Frame 3 option, you get the additional power that has for killing. You get the consistent punishes tied in with the parries as well, and just Yeast made that move. Everything
Yeah.
for me, Brawler.